one more time. This is a 9th age battle report. Once again a refused flank, and I promise you guys, we're throwing a dice each time. And it's hold the ground as objective. Our secondary objective, meta objective, is to capture as many as possible. No, that's not part of the game. It's Highborn Elves, with mostly cavalry, Highborn Lancers, Princess of Rima, 1 Fire Phoenix, although it looks like a Frost Phoenix, Lion Chariot, Spearmen, 3 Bolt Rovers. The Spearmen are to the right, and the ones to the left were Swordmasters. And here are some vanguarding Elaine Reavers. This time they're playing a grudge match against Sylvan Elves. And of course every match the Sylvan Elves play is a grudge match. They have Sylvan Sentinels with poison arrows, a Treeman, some Blade Dancers, 4 Thicket Beasts, Dryads, Archers, more Archers, and some fast cavalry, and Wild Riders. They scouted with the BSB, who's a Pathmaster, and 5 Pathfinders. Sylvan Elves get the first turn, which was determined by the Highborn Elves player after he placed all his units. The Sylvan Elves advance. These elves had to move so they can shoot next round and were not able to shoot. Everything else advances into the forests toward the objective in the center. The Sylvan Sentinels take 1 wound of the Fire Phoenix. The Scouting Pathmaster and Pathfinders take 1 wound of the top Bolt Thrower. And the other archers, shooting straight ahead, kill 1 Elaine Reaver. Jeg glemte å skyte med fast cavalry mitt.
Ja.
The Highborn Elves advance to chaff the Pathmaster and Pathfinders and advance on their flank towards the central objective. The Fire Phoenix advances on the Sylvan Sentinels, who may be doomed. The Highborn Elves take 1 wound of the Treeman with a with Master of Stone, the spell, and they kill 4 Pathfinders of the Scouts. The Sylvan Elves charged a Bolt Thrower with 1 Pathfinder from the attribute spell Fountain of Youth of Druidism. There became 2 Pathfinders, and they took 1 wound of the Bolt Thrower, but it made its break test. Another Bolt Thrower was shot down by archers, and the Elaine Reavers were shot down to 1 rider by other archers, laying back here. The Dryads moved forwards. The Treemen and Blade Dancers tried to outmaneuver the Fire Phoenix but failed. The Sylvan Sentinels are still here. And now we're at bottom of turn 2, and the Highborn Elves have moved forwards, no charges. They're chaffing with an eagle. This is an eagle. Pretty fancy eagle. The Highborn Lancers elected not to charge. The Fire Phoenix flew over the Blade Dancers, right? To drop fire on them. And now we're in the magic phase, and he's about to throw Master of Stone on the Pathmaster BSB, who's left alone after trying to charge out of the Pathfinder unit. He failed his charge. The Pathfinder managed the charge at the bolt thrower. So he's left alone and he'll get an incoming missile. On Sylvan Elves turn 3, the thicket beast charged the Highborn elf general in the chariot and won the combat, but he remained. The Dryads and wildwood riders charged the swordmasters. They lost and were both run down. After getting the stone skin on the wildwood riders, but they still died 4 riders in the combat. The Sylvan Elf BSB and light cavalry charged and killed a bolt thrower, but they were unable to overrun and help in the other combats because of their positioning. They had the swordmasters or wildwood riders in their way. Now it's Highborn Elves turn 3, and it's looking worse for the Sylvan Elves, who didn't manage to kill the Flame Phoenix. It has 1 wound left, and the swordmasters have overrun towards the archers. In turn 4, the Spearmen, Knights of Rima, and the Prince in a lion chariot killed the thicket beast by doing 5 wounds and overrunning when they failed their test. On their next turn, turn 4, they moved out, but the Sylvan Elves avoided them, so they're pretty much guarding the center of the battlefield with their scoring units. And the Sylvan Elves have archers on all sides, avoiding their enemy, turn by turn avoiding them and trying to shoot, but when all around 30 shots try to shoot the general and he has Bluffer's helm and so on, they didn't do a single wound. So the Sylvan Elves dispersed and gave up the battle. After the start of turn 5. The thicket beast should not have charged out of the forest. They lost their stubborn.